Hi, Tony Sycamore here, Senior Market Analyst at IG Australia. US stocks closed higher for a sixth consecutive week for their best run since the end of 2023, driven by strong earnings reports last week. This week sees earnings reports scheduled from Tesla, Lockheed Martin, Coca-Cola, Boeing, amongst many more. Although last week's economic data was second tier, it featured robust retail sales and initial jobless claims figures. This week's economic calendar is also quiet with just durable goods and the S&P PMIs of note. Turning to the election, while Kamala Harris leads in national polls, Trump is now ahead in the key battleground states where the election will be decided. And this is fueling a resurgence in Trump trades, including gains for the US dollar, yields, equities, and also Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the charts of the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ to see where they are as we start the new week. Okay, so we've spoken about the importance of this horizontal support coming in around this 56.70 to 56.50 area. And we said last week, while it holds above here, then we have to allow for further upside. And that's exactly how it played out. Now, in terms of any changes this week, we still see this as the key support region. And while it holds above this key support region, I think the S&P 500 can extend its gains somewhere up towards 59.50, 6,000 ahead of the US election. So that is our base case. If it were to see a sustained break below this horizontal support, then you have the September 54.02 low to keep an eye out for, and of course the 200-day moving average, which comes in currently at around 5,300. Looking at the NASDAQ, a similar story. We said that while it holds above 20,000, then we need to allow for the uptrend to continue. We did have a little look down towards this 20,036 area on Wednesday, but it held that support and it rebounded into the weekend. Now, while it holds above this 20,000 area and goes no lower than this low we see here around this 19,600 to 19,500 area, then again, we need to allow this uptrend to continue. The NASDAQ is lagging, but at this point in time, we aren't seeing any real signs of concern that it's breaking down. So I think at this point in time, it's going to be carried higher while the S&P and the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones do well. So what that looks like, well, probably a break of this 20,690 high from July with scope up towards 21,500. If it were to break below 20,000 and it were to break below this low we see here from early October, that would be a concern, and potentially we start to see a deeper pullback on the horizon towards this 200-day moving average coming in 18,655. And then below there, we have, of course, the September low at 18,400. And then one notch lower, we have this uptrend support coming from the December 2022 low. That comes in right now at this around this 18,100 area. So there's a lot of support in this area here if we were to see a setback. Thanks for listening and have a good week ahead.